Hey everyone, today we're looking at Gone Home. I know this is kind of like a meme game, like, oh yeah, this is the game where basically you play some gay kid and you go to your house and find out how gay you are. And that's actually the story of the game. So yeah, basically the whole thing is it's like, this is one of those first games where it's like, oh, it's a walking simulator slash interaction simulator. So, it's just not just a walking simulator. You can interact with all the objects in the home, and you can find out a bunch of things in a story. And I do kind of like that environmental storytelling, honestly. I feel this game actually kind of had potential to be something more. For example, yeah, there's this whole thing where like, yeah, okay, you're gay and you have VHS tapes about, and your diary confessing how you like girls and you're a girl. Oh my God, can you believe it? And, you have all this kind of technology and all these things in the house that like are supposed to make you feel nostalgic for whatever thing. And it's okay. I mean, it's fine. And so it basically, goes through all the different, relationships between the father, the mother, and whatever. And so just discovering this princess's life by rummaging around through their house, basically. And so, yeah, the father is this kind of, like conspiracy, nut. And he uses that to write a bunch of novels. And actually that part is pretty funny because he makes up all these really cheesy endings to his stories, and he's trying to like write his best next novel. I thought that was actually pretty soulful, honestly. Again, I think the way you move around the environment, interact with things, I mean, in terms of the scope of what you're trying to accomplish, they work really well. But again, I thought this game had a lot of potential for being more than just, what it appears to be. For example, there's this one part in the game where you end up going into like this room under the stairs just before the end of the game. And there's like a room with a pentagram and something and a bunch of other stuff like inside, the room. And they have this little seance thing with candles lit and a ceremonial knife. And you're like, hold up, what's going on here? So I think this game had a lot of, a lot of potential to subvert people's expectations by turning into like a supernatural, like, witch hunt or something, or like, it started off as you're just rummaging around someone's house looking at all their stuff and be like, oh, okay, all right, this is what it is, I get it. And then like turn it into some weird conspiracy thing where there's some weird thing going on. And as I remember, like the kind of thing, that pentagram room underneath the stairs was just there. It was just like a little Easter egg or something, but it could have been so much more. And I think, despite everything, this game does tend to tell a decent story through environmental storytelling. It could have be done poorly, and yes, it's overzealous and, full of itself, but at least it kind of did it, what it accomplished to do. It's not saying it's something that it's not. Just like, yeah, I'm gay, I'm a gay game about a gay person and their gay little house and their gay little feelings and their gay little Unity objects, It is what it is, right? But I think it's so cool to have like a weird, like, I know, sequel to this game, and you like uncover some like weird conspiracy. I do like environmental storytelling is what I'm really saying. I think it's really cool. And again, a lot of, the things in this game are objects, and you can pick them up and interact with them. So for example, I went into the kitchen, and at a certain point, I basically just took everything out of the fridge. And I basically just took everything out of the fridge and basically put it all in the middle of the living room. Or no. I remember I tried to put as many things as I wanted to inside the fridge. And so I just stuffed the fridge with like cleaning supplies and cooking supplies and everything. And then I tried to close the door, and I thought it was going to make all the objects and the physics totally break the game, but it wouldn't even move, sadly. So I built up this whole thing and it didn't even work. But yeah, again, when you have that interactability, at least in like a walking simulator kind of game, where at least all the objects have physics and you can like screw around with them and make things like blow up or fly across the room, it's a lot of fun and it feels cool. But yeah, this game is, game in quotation marks, is very, it's not as bad as I thought it was, and it kind of lets you mess around with the environment. And I think there was more of that. I would kind of be okay with it, honestly. But yeah, it definitely was overpraised, overzealous. Because, oh, it's such a deep, interesting, game that journalists can actually play, because you just go through the thing reading stuff, and yeah, not really anyone's cup of tea. But yeah, I kind of weirdly enjoyed it in a way that I didn't expect. So yeah, that's pretty much all for this game. I'll see you guys later. Bye.